Good morning. Today is the first day of Lent. The church has labeled Lent's first day as Ash Wednesday. What is Ash Wednesday? For the majority of people, it's the ash cross on the forehead. But it's much more than just that insignia on your forehead. Ash Wednesday is a special day for the church. The heart of Ash Wednesday is the forgiveness of sins. There is no biblical command to have an Ash Wednesday, but there's a strong church tradition on Ash Wednesday. Ash Wednesday is basically when one dresses in sackcloth and dusts himself with ashes from head to toe. All this is done because he has a serious remorse for his sins. Now, what scripture does he use? Well, Genesis 3:19 is a scripture that will be quoted today when you go to your worship service. From dust to dust, ashes to ashes. Yes, we are ashes in essence, but how could ashes represent or symbolize forgiveness of sins? Well, this is what the church, somewhere back in the 7th and 8th century, originated. They put together the forgiveness of sins and the religious tradition of sackcloth and ashes, and they came up with this concept of Ash Wednesday, the first day of Lent. The idea behind Ash Wednesday is solid biblical principle: confession of sins. The teaching behind Ash Wednesday, as I've already said, man is created from dust. Man will return to dust. Man is accountable to his Creator. And all of this is wrapped up in a very beautiful worship service, a commemorable worship service, where the heart is stimulated to reach out to God and to cleanse from this, and to cleanse him from the sin that has beset him in their relationship. Now, Ash Wednesday has an application. Years ago, I came to a phrase called "prepare to meet your God." This is a statement from the book of Amos. Ash Wednesday traditionally has been gloom and doom, but it shouldn't be. Now, I agree that sin should bring on a sense of remorse. But remorse is not the end. It's only the beginning. Preparing to meet God should bring joy. So there are 4 things that produce joy from Ash Wednesday. Acknowledging God as my Creator and Lord reminds me that I am but dust. Reminds me that it was He that breathed into me the breath of life. I must also acknowledge that I've sinned. Another great scripture for Ash Wednesday is Psalm 51. I recommend that you read this psalm. It's David's confession for adultery. And wow, when I was in seminary, I had a chance to study this psalm in Hebrew. Now, don't ask me to quote Hebrew now, some 60 years after seminary, but it has some key words: transgression, iniquity, wash me, scrub me whiter than snow. That's the result of having acknowledged that David had sinned. That's what we do on Ash Wednesday. And then the third joy is that we can confess this sin before God. And 1 John 1:9, you need to memorize this. If I confess my sins, He is faithful and just to forgive me. That's Ash Wednesday. And then there's an interesting thing about rejoicing. My sin has been forgiven. You look at verse 58 of verse 8 of Psalm 51. And there you find him rejoicing because God had lifted from his shoulders the guilt. And as I suggested earlier in our presentation, I want to close out each Lent devotional with a meditation concept. Today I like to bring forth a song that you can sing on your heart all day long. There's room at the cross for you. Yes, this word all begins for you and me. Today, David prepared to meet his God on his knees. Today, we can meet God at the foot of his cross, and he will welcome us. So today, when you go about your task, sing to yourself, yes, I can be forgiven. I can come to the cross and find mercy and forgiveness. Thank you, and have a good day.